get the word out about what you believe in and what you're promoting without the fear of having your platform taken down. And I love Anchor specifically because it is a platform that's allowing me to show who I truly am and an opportunity to get things that I want to say out to the public without risk of backlash and getting my hand slapped with probation and things of that nature. So if you want to give Anchor a try, this is the time. You can soar with your stories and your podcast. Let's go. Let's go, get into it. The battle's with the light. Let's follow. How y'all doing today? I just want to share love today. Thank you for tuning in to the Battles Within Life podcast. Go ahead and hit that like button, share the podcast, and feel free to leave a comment. You can get us on Facebook, House of Bliss Puppetry Company, on YouTube, The Battles Within Life, on Anchor, The Battles Within Life podcast. We're also on other platforms. Just do an internet search, you will find us. I'm your host, Tashana Woodley. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so glad you're here today. Whatever you're going through, just know that it's not too big for you to come through it. Whatever it is, you can get through it. Today, we're going to be talking about an interesting topic. We're going to be talking about the recent news reports that there are aliens among us. There have been reports from government officials, and even NASA and the Pentagon has released footage saying that it is authentic footage. It is not from our support of the air. It is from some unidentified source. We even see some of these vehicles in some videos that I've observed in doing the research of our military vehicles escorting these unidentified objects. Now, there's a lot going on in the world. We are completely aware of that. But I was looking at videography that showed me an actual ship going into the ocean. And I was looking at various other footages of a pyramid-shaped craft with light orbs coming from it, going up and coming down it. Now, I'm going to put this footage on our YouTube channel. That's the Battles Within Life. It'll have a link associated with this podcast, but I'm going to put the video footage on the YouTube since we don't have the video here on Anchor. And I want to thank you once again for tuning in. Today we're talking about aliens. If you want to call into the show, we're live now. You can reach us at 972-914-1194. You can call in and tell us what your alien experience is. Have you had an alien experience? And then I thought about something. I thought about all of these individuals that were previously saying that they saw these unidentified vehicles. These informations were being pushed to the side, pushed back, ignored. People were told to hush their mouths. And we were even told that Area 51 never existed till a few years back. They admitted, yes, it does exist, but there are no aliens there. Now we're hearing that those previous documents, those previous claims were actually true. Now, what's going on in today's society that's making them go ahead and tell us? So that lets me know that there's something to be expected. And I just want to ask my listening audience, would you think that aliens or spaceships coming to our planet would be something out of this world? Or would you be open to it and you already knew it was possible? Do you think this is a new phenomenon? Or do you think we've been kept in the dark for so long? Now, I'm looking at an article from CNN. This is from last year. But the article I was referencing earlier was from this year. But I'm going to go ahead and go to the CNN post. Aliens definitely exist, and they could be living among us on Earth, says Britain's first astronaut. Now, that's from one of Britain's officials, and this was last year. Aliens definitely exist, CNN reports. Britain's first astronaut has said, and it's possible they're living among us on Earth, but have gone undetected so far. Remember, we were getting a lot of reports of people saying they were seeing reptilian, humanoid people, and people were just ignoring it. Now we're going to have to think twice about these things. And some of us were already there before. But I just want you to keep in mind, there's good and bad in everything. And just like there's going to be good and bad in these alien beings as well. Helen Sharman, who visited the Soviet Mir space station in 1991, told the Observer newspaper on Sunday that aliens exist. There is no two ways about it. There is so many billions of stars out there in the universe that there must be all sorts of different forms of life. She went on, will they be like you and me, made of carbon and nitrogen? Maybe not. Then, in a tantalizing theory that should probably make you very suspicious of your colleagues, Sharman added, it's possible they're here right now and we simply can't see them. Sharman was the first 7 Britons to enter space. The chemist spent 8 days as a researcher on the space mission when she was 27, making her one of the youngest people to enter orbit. NASA rovers are trawling Mars for evidence of past or present life forms, but humankind's endless fascination with extraterrestrial life forms has so far proved fruitless. Sharman is not the only person to speculate that we've had brushes with aliens, though. Sightings, oh my, a short history of UFOs in America. A former Pentagon official who led a secret government program to research potential UFOs revealed in 2017 told CNN at the time that he believes there is evidence of alien life reaching Earth. Elsewhere in her interview, Sharman said, there is no greater beauty than looking at the Earth from up high. I'll never forget the first time I saw it, she added. Sharman also discussed her frustration with observers defining her by her sex. People often describe me as the first British woman in space, but I was actually the first British person. It's telling that we would otherwise assume it was a man, she said. When Tim Peake went into space, some people simply forgot about me. A man going first would be the norm. So I'm thrilled that I got to upset the order. CNN has reached out to Sharman for a comment. There's no comment listed. Now, keep in mind that there are going to be more reports coming up as the days transpire and go by. But you want to keep an open mind and don't believe everything you see. Investigate for yourself, because we also know there are these hoax people that are creating these false narratives about UFOs that are just false. I was looking at one that was on Facebook, and you could just look at this thing and you could tell it was all set up. It was an act. There was nothing real about that ship. And those of you that have seen them, you know the way they move in the sky. There's nothing that we created on Earth that moves like that. Anti-gravity, nothing on Earth moves like that. And we have to ask ourselves, what else is being kept secret? This has been kept secret all this time. What else is being kept from the public? That's what I really want to know. What else is being kept from the public? You can reach us, call into the show at 972-914-1194. The Battles Within Life podcast. I'm your host, Keshana Woods Lee. Today we're talking about aliens in our midst. And I want to ask you, if you woke up in the morning and it came outside and you saw that the skies were just like Independence Day, or like on that movie V. I know some of y'all seen that movie V, The Visitors. They had a series in the 90s and also in the early 2000s. Now, this series was about an alien race that came down to Earth to harvest Earth's humans and all of its natural resources to take back to their planet because they had just exhausted everything on their planet. So they were one of these ravishing races that just go from planet to planet, destroying it and taking people and making people slaves and eating them. That's pretty much what they did. Mind controlled, whole nine. So I thought that was a very interesting story. Even when I was a child, I was fascinated by it. I had no idea that it had some truth to it. And then thinking about it and looking at it today, I think about how on that particular show, how the powers that be were actually selling out the citizens to the aliens, unbeknownst to them, because they were aware that no, we're being oppressed by a oppressive alien species, and you are for the good, and you want to partner with the human race. Reach us at 972-914-1194, because you can join us in the fight for the rights of humanity. And in that, we can also work with getting your rights as a benevolent race of alien. Because I know if you're going to help us, you're benevolent. You're going to be the good species. And we want to work with you. But for those draconian hell magnets that are here to just destroy us, take our children, feed off our children, you can go right back to hell where you came from. Because we know love is going to win in the end, no matter what. Love, Love, is going to end the war. This galactic war that we're in, they call it a spiritual war, but it's a spiritual galactic war that we're in. And you can just feel it. It's more than a pandemic going on, y'all. And you have to seek the most high power to be in tune. And don't be surprised if a good alien reaches out to you to try to help you with this fight. We have to be open to love, universal love. We have to be open to it. That's the only way we're going to shut down the darkness, people. Let's all go higher. Let's raise ourselves higher and not let the lies, the deceit, the deception of this world bring us down. We're going to be light regardless. And we are going to be persevering regardless. Because I know that the good species in all of the world, all of the universe, is going to change the tide, and then the darkness will be no more. And when I say darkness, I'm not talking about black, because black is beautiful. I'm talking about the darkness that is evil, that wants to stifle out the light. And we're not having it. We're not having it today. That's why we are forewarned, and everybody needs to spread the word. I don't know if there's going to be a fake alien invasion, because they're already here. If you look at your Egyptology, you'll see all the many different races of alien. Just look at the hieroglyphics and you'll see them. Some people are still not going to be aware of what's going on in the world. Some people are going to still be deceived. Some people are going to see things in plain sight and still not be able to fathom or receive it mentally. Their minds will not be able to receive it. It would be too much for them. And we're just going to have to pray for those, because they may not be moving forward with us if they can't stand it mentally. So what you all have to do right now is start preparing right now. You don't want to wait until some things start jumping off here. You want to already make sure you have water at your home. You want to also make sure you have non-perishable food items, medical aid supplies, and also any of your current medications and other things that you may need on the go or what so have you. So if anything happens out of the ordinary, you and your family are already ready to go. If we have power outages or whatever, y'all may want to go ahead and get a generator, get you some candles, some lights, some lighter fluid, some charcoal in case you got a grill. Come on, people. Get those shotguns ready. Get those ammunition ready. We might have to do some hunting. And I really don't like hunting, but if the grocery stores are not available, we gotta do. And keep in mind,